Alright guys, welcome back to segment number 4 of this No Limit Hold'em cash game. And no matter what, I'm going to make this my last video, or last segment of this video. I'm doing well, I'm up 19 bucks, maximum, or the buy-in was 10 bucks. That was the maximum buy-in, and that's what I bought in for. I was just sitting out a few hands, that's why I don't have a hand this time. But like I said, I am going to make this the last segment of this video. So hopefully I can pick up a few more chips, and we'll see how it goes. So, we're in the big blind with 5 deuce suited. And again, if you're just joining, I'm on a really aggressive image right now. The players believe that I've been racing a lot, which I have been, but it's not because I'm an aggressive player, it's just because I have that image, because I've been catching a lot of good cards that have allowed me to make those raises. But using the image towards my advantage is what I'm trying to do. So again, these guys just must not pay attention a whole lot. Just sitting out. So this guy raises awfully large. I would have positioned, if he would have raised to like 30, I would have called, but he just made it 60 cents. Awfully big bet. You can take it. 9-6 offsuit. Not going to be interested with any raises, but I will call halfway in there. So this guy just limps in from the button, and I'm going to do the same, like I said. They didn't flop anything. You can usually assume this guy doesn't have an ace, because you would assume that he's going to raise from the button if he does have an ace. So I could try a re-raise if he does try a little stab here. It'd have to be a big re-raise. He does bet 50. That's an overbet of the pot. Not worthy of re-raising. But like I said, I don't think he has an ace. But he is going to win the pot with his big overbet in that spot. I have 10 cents invested, no draw, and it's just not worth it to make that raise in the pot. Although I still believe he didn't have an ace. So now I have a good hand on my button, ace-jack suited. Again, I have the aggressive image, so there'd be no reason not to raise here. Got a limper. 50 cents. I've been raising a bit more from the button when I do have these good hands, just to keep my aggressive image, also to put a little more money in there when I do have a good hand. So this guy has a weak stack. I don't want to get too involved with a weak stack because, I just don't have a big hand here. He's likely to put all of his chips in. He's betting a fourth, or 40 cents into a $1 pot. I'm going to get out of there. I had a good hand. It just didn't flop out well. He's got a small stack, so we'll wait for a better spot to put him in. He's going to limp. I'm going to limp. Another aggressive call. Get the best position. This player, in my opinion, is playing too tight. I mean, you can't fold for those pot odds with whatever you got. Deuce 7, just hit 2 pair, But I got a straight draw. He's going to bet cheap. I'm going to act like I had the best hand, so hopefully he checks on the turn. If I miss, I can see another free card by checking again. So he does just call. Now that card, he may have hit. He's going to keep it cheap for me either way, though, so I get a free, or a cheap draw. And there it is. It's a best possible hand. So maximum, how much money do I want to put in there? I mean, try and maximize my profits. He's going to bet 40. I think this is a spot where I can try and bluff him off the hand. Act like I would bluff, So it's going to be a bigger bet. It's going to look like a bluff. It's about half the chips he has left, so we'll see if he wants to bite. And he doesn't, but I will win the hand. Again, my image is aggressive, so eventually they're going to pay that off. But so far, it just seems that they've been giving me small amounts of money here and there, and I just take what take what they give me. I don't come into a poker game with a strategy. Just come in here and see how things go, and basically just take what they give you. If they're going to be aggressive themselves, you may want to sit back and be the caller, but nobody here seems to be the aggressor except for me, so I'll continue that one, continue that image, and they can continue being all patient, and it's working out for me. Man, they just take forever. I don't know why. So I've limped in. This guy's the big blind. This flop is likely to have hit me. Again, he comes out with these huge over bets. And he's going to take the small pots. So I would love to get involved here, obviously. We'll see what happens. We get a raise from a decent sized stack. Now this raise isn't a very big raise, so he's likely to be weak, because he does have position. And when I say weak, I mean something like queen, king, king, jack, something like that. He could easily be that weak. So instead of raising here, I'm not going to try and steal the aggression. I don't like the ace. You know, there's all kinds of things out there that will allow him to continue betting. If he has queen, jack, he can bet again. If he has an ace, he can bet again. Spade draw, he can bet. Even king, jack, he can bet. That bet doesn't seem like it's a... I mean, well, we're going to call it one time, see what happens. I mean, we'll see if he wants to fire another bullet on the turn, is what I'm saying. So, I'm going to think about it again. I'm going to check again. 93, he bets. Doesn't seem like he wants a call. He's going to get one. Now, if that 10 doesn't slow him down, I don't know what will. So, I mean, he's representing an ace, in my opinion. Ace or a bluff, and that 10 should slow him down if he has an ace. So I'm more likely to call a bet here, because I just don't believe him. I mean, you would think that 10 would slow him down, but he's just fire, fire, fire. I get caught in the middle. Ace beats me. Maybe he hit a 10. We'll find out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, if he had an ace, that 10 would have slowed him down. He just would have checked it, so it didn't make sense. He didn't tell a believable story, and he paid for it. I don't like making those calls, because I just know that, you know, a lot of times he does have the ace, and he is just a good player. He's able to bet it there. But I read it properly. His story just didn't make sense. Everybody's leaving, and this guy's shoving. I guess they're afraid. That was a good call, in my opinion. Pocket fives on the button. Again, I keep picking up these hands where I'm able to be aggressive from the button. This time I don't have to be the aggressor, but I still have position, so I would never fold here. I haven't hit a set in a while. I mean, I don't think I've hit a set this entire cash game, to be honest. Now, there's no telling what the big blind has. But this guy, you can get a little bit judgment of a range. You know, he raised from early position to 30 cents. It's not a big bet. It's an average bet, so average hand is likely. But that is a bigger bet on the flop. I'm going to call it, and I called it quickly. I don't like the queen, because the queen is in his range. He does check. Maybe he's got like an ace-jack and doesn't like that queen either. I'm going to find out what he wants to do with the little bet here. 50 cents. He's going to fold it. In the big blind with 3-8 offsuit. Easily folding to a raise. There it is. 7-5 suited. And you'll notice we're basically four-handed here. These two players are here, but they're just sitting out. This guy raised last hand. Now I have the drawing hand. It's a cheap price. We'll see what happens. And I missed. And I'm probably just going to give up here to his continuation bet. There it is, and I'm out. Okay, now I'm on the button. And continue my aggression. 30 cents. You never know what I have in this spot because I raise almost every time. I mean, not every time. If there's a raise ahead of me, I usually fold it, but he's going to play back at me. He doesn't raise it a whole lot. Basically just doubled the pot with a little bit more on there, so I think he's more on a play than he is on a strong hand. And he still continues to be, I mean, why would he would not bet there if he had a 9. 102 is a good bet, though. Thinking about raising, but that could be what he wants. So I didn't hit anything. If I hit anything, I probably would have played back. I just didn't hit anything, so I will give it up. Good bet. You see, the problem with that last hand is when I had king 3. The problem is with playing back at him there. If I raised it to $3 and he shoves, I can't call. I would have to fold at that point. But 2, I'm quite sure that I'm beat because he was able to re-raise me pre-flop. And even if he has a weak ace, he still has me beat. And if I, were to shove back, he may still call with ace high because he might be on the read that he has the best hand because I am a very aggressive player. Or they have that read. So I'm not going to play back when I don't want them to call. So 7-8. This guy hasn't played many hands, and I'm not going to call. There's no reason to get involved with somebody who doesn't raise very often. That brings up another point. Yesterday I wanted to talk about this. When I played in that tournament yesterday, I felt so bad for this kid that sat in next to me. When he had his ID out, I saw that his date was 1990. That was his birth year, so I guess that would make him 21. He was probably his first tournament or one of his first tournaments. And I said hello to the guy when he sat down. I was like, "What's up, man?" And he didn't reply, so I just kind of let it go. But I guess he was just nervous. He didn't play. He played only one hand the entire tournament, and he picked up ace king, and there was I think it was a limped pot. It was just a limped pot, and he just decided to go all in rather than raise. And somebody called him from the button with pocket tens, and it was a gamble, but he didn't have the chips to force anybody out. Don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I felt bad for that kid because he did bust out in his first tournament after playing only one hand. But he folded probably 30 hands before he got the ace king, so too patient. Figured I would show the remainder of this hand. There was a full house on the board. But if somebody has a king, they have a better full house, and if somebody has a 6, they have quads. So it's a big pot out there, almost $9. Basically a maximum buy-in for this table, which is $10. So it's called. He does have the quads, so that was just a big hand. I wonder if that guy had the king, and I pick up kings. Speaking of kings, so aggressive image continued. This guy's on a little bit of tilt, maybe. He might have had kings full and just lost the quads. I doubt I'm going to get in the action. Another thing I do is never show my cards. I have this auto muck button chosen. They never see my cards. They're guessing at my story. When you show them a bluff, you show them that you're willing to bluff, and it makes people make crazy decisions. You show them a lot of stuff by showing them your cards. I watched people do it all day long yesterday at the casino. Every time they want a hand, they'll just turn it over. Oh, look, I made this, I made that. Yeah. Well, you also gave away a lot of information by doing that. So I think it's a bad idea to do that, no matter what. It just tells people about your hands, period. Keep them guessing at all times is best. So I flop pair of 5s here. This guy is the aggressor, likely to continue bet here. Take a look at the amount and see what he's trying to tell us. No bet. Maybe telling us he has the best hand. Let's do a call me bet. It's like, please call me. I mean, not so much please call me, but I have a little part of this, and same thing on the river. I mean, I really don't know if I have the best hand. These bets kind of, yeah. I didn't have the best hand. He was afraid of the king, so he chose not to continue on the flop, which that method probably would have made him about the same amount of money, probably 60 cents or so. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video, guys, because I'm getting down pretty close to 15 minutes. And here I would have flopped a straight flush draw. I probably still would have lost if I hit my flush, though, unless it's a 7. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and put an end to this video after this hand, guys. And again, I wanted to say thank you, guys, thank you for watching my videos in the first place. And I'm up to 34 subscribers. It really, makes me feel good about what I'm doing here on YouTube. So, gonna go ahead and fold here, guys, and yeah, I'm gonna leave this table with a $30 or $20 profit after playing for a good, I guess, probably an hour and a half there, so not too bad. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.